Thank you for joining today's edition of Aso Briefing. I am Richard Alichinu Anyebe. Our top stories. President Tinubu urges Senate to approve $2.34 billion external borrowing plan. FCT Minister Barrister Asonye flags of infrastructure project in Gusape and Asokoro. And on business, Accountant General of the Federation urges professional support from UK ICANN District for development of National Treasury Academy, Orozo. You are watching Aso Briefing. Don't forget that you can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, and on Free TV, look us up on channel 507. On the UHF band, we are on channel 38. Now we go ahead with details of all our stories. President Bola Tinubu has urged the Senate to approve the implementation of the new external borrowing plan in the 2025 Appropriation Act to refinance maturing Eurobonds. Tinubu then later read by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, during plenary said the action has become necessary to cover parts of the budget deficit and ensure Nigeria meets its debt obligation. Topsy Gimba has that story, but it will be brought to you in a subsequent bulletin. Now, the Vice President, Senator Kashmir Shettima, has assured investors that the most auspicious and convenient time to choose Nigeria as an investment destination is now, saying the nation has exited its phase of economic instability. He attributed the milestone to the decision made by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to get rid of the hurdles that had hitherto clogged the wheels of the country's economic progress. Speaking on Wednesday in Bauchi State while declaring open the Bauchi Investment Summit 2025, Senator Shettima noted that the administration assumed office in 2023 with a promise to turn around the fortune of the nation's economy that was already tottering on the edge of financial crisis, with debt service to revenue ratio shooting up to about 100%. He told investors and stakeholders at the two-day summit that under the Tinubu administration, debt service to revenue ratio has been reduced to less than 50%, while the GDP growth stood at 4.23% as of last month. For his part, Governor Mohammed thanked the Vice President for always identifying with the state, assuring participants and the people of Bauchi State that the recommendations reached at the summit will be implemented. The governor hailed the federal government for establishing the Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, which he said is driving development across the 6 states of the region. Also speaking, Chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum and Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, commended Governor Mohammed for convening the summit, saying Bauchi State's potential in agriculture is the bedrock for its developments. Now, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Asonye, has flagged up the provision of engineering infrastructure to outstanding layouts within Gusape 109 lots 1 and 2 and the AIT neighborhood in Asokoro district. Barrister Wike said the project reflects President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to expanding road networks and ensuring balanced development across Abuja. He warned against the indiscriminate naming of streets by individuals, stressing that only contributors to the city's growth will be honored, and urged the contractors Dentita and Sawo to deliver the project on schedule while engaging local youth.
We have said we will continue to provide basic infrastructure. We will continue to do all we can to see that Abuja takes a different look, competes with other cities of the world. Let me commend Dantata and Sawo, an old company, indigenous company, but having some foreign contact, but local content fully, but having some foreign content, which is supposed to be. I have that confidence in you that you deliver on schedule. I want to advance the use, the experience to complete the jobs on time so that our people will benefit. Because Mr. President has promised all of us, not only just those in Abuja, those who are living also outside Abuja, that there will be a difference. And that's the essence of within the Hope agenda. If things were good, we wouldn't have had the New Hope agenda. But because things were bad, and there's the need to rekindle the hope of Nigerians, that don't lose hope we're here to bring back the hope that you have lost.
Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, said the project demonstrates the administration's resolve to make all FCT districts accessible and well-serviced. She explained that the new road networks will open up the district for development, enhance connectivity, and ease traffic congestion across adjoining routes. Mahmood praised the National Assembly for its legislative support and commended Wike for his dynamic leadership.
A moment that speaks not just about progress, but also promises, as have been highlighted. Today, we are witnessing another bold step in transforming the great city of Abuja by providing this engineering infrastructure to the outstanding layouts in Guzape, lots 1, 2, and part of Asokoro. These are testaments to the vision, commitment, and also dedication and determination of the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Our greatest gratitude goes to His Excellency, Mr. Project, whose leadership continued to set a pace for growth and development in the FCT. It is under his direction that some projects that we were seeing far and distant are now standing before us as a reality. We thank you, Mr. Project, sir.
Acting Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Engineer Richard Dauda Yunana, said the contract awarded to Dantasa and Sawo covers about 9.2 kilometers of roads and related facilities, including drainage, water pipelines, electricity, and street lighting. He disclosed that the project approved by the Federal Executive Council is expected to be completed within 18 months and will be significantly improve accessibility, security, and living standards in Gusape and Asokoro districts.
Your Excellency, the project was awarded to Mr. Dantata and Sawo Construction Company Nigeria Limited in March 2025, and the project is expected to be completed within 18 months. Your Excellency, the scope of works for this project includes provision of infrastructure to about 24 short roads, totaling about 9.2 kilometers. This infrastructure to be provided also includes earthworks, surface water drainage pipe network, asphalt paved roads, box and pipe culverts, foul sewer drainage network, water distribution pipe network, street lighting, power supply, and telecommunication ducts.
When completed, the project is expected to open up new residential and commercial opportunities within the area, reduce commuting challenges, and contribute to the FCT administration's broader vision of transforming Abuja into a modern and inclusive city that meets global urban standards. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has once again carried out an enforcement exercise at the River Park Estate in Abuja to stop ongoing illegal construction works in defiance of a ministerial directive. The operation, led by the Director of the Department of Development Control, Town Planner Mukhtar Usman Galadima, followed reports that a developer had resumed building activities despite a standing order halting all developments in the estate. Town Planner Galadima, who spoke to journalists after the exercise, said the team was on the ground to ensure total compliance with the FCT administration's directive, suspending all construction activities at River Park Estate. He said the latest operation was prompted by intelligence that some developers were flouting the order, stressing that the structures erected in violation had been removed to restore order. The director lamented that the team had visited the estate on the 3 different occasions for the same violation, describing it as a deliberate act of defiance against the government. He disclosed that the FCTA, through its legal secretariat, was now taking steps to initiate legal proceedings against those behind the continued disregard for ministerial instructions. According to him, nobody is above government, noting that while the administration had earlier adopted physical enforcement, the next phase would involve legal measures to ensure lasting compliance and prevent further infractions. He added that the recurring disobedience will not deter the FCTA from protecting the Abuja master plan. Galadima also clarified that the developers were fully aware of the ministerial committee recommendations, which include halting all ongoing projects and reverting all unallocated plots in the estate to the FCT administration. He assured that the government would sustain the enforcement drive until complete compliance is achieved and order is restored within the estates. Alhaji Abdullahi Suleiman Sabo, the chairman of Kuje Area Council, is dedicated to transforming Kuje into a better place. A statement issued by the chairman's senior special assistant media and publicity, Nuhu Muhammad, said the chairman is working tirelessly to provide essential social amenities and infrastructure, fulfilling the government's responsibility to its citizens. However, according to the statement, some individuals are misusing the system, expecting the government to cater for their personal needs rather than focusing on the community's overall well-being. These financial vampires and lazy individuals are hindering development and progress. In a passionate appeal, the statement urged Kuje residents to recognize their potential and not to rely solely on the government, as government can always provide an enabling environment and necessary support for the residents to harness their potential. It concluded with a call to action, encouraging Kujerians to vote for Zakoi to drive further development and growth in the area. An advocacy group, the New Nigeria Initiative for Better Leadership and Ambassadors of the Renewed Hope Agenda, has called on citizens to support the continuity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to sustain its ongoing reforms and development projects. National leader of the group, High Chief Adolf Agbala Izwebu, addressed the news conference in Abuja, highlighting some milestones, economic reforms of the President's Renewed Hope Agenda, including the removal of fuel subsidy and the harmonization of the foreign exchange market, amongst others. Elizabeth Kasham has the details.
The New Nigeria Initiative for Better Leadership and Ambassadors of the Renewed Hope Agenda, High Chief Adolf Agbala Izwebu, said the bold step of the President Tinubu's led administration is glaring enough and worthy to be sustained. He said the Renewed Hope Agenda is a catalyst to the economic challenges of the country, curbing the era where a few individuals profited from round-tripping and the majority of Nigerians languish in poverty.
The people need to know that the Renewed Hope Agenda is out to uplift them and that it is committed to their entire well-being as a platform where the dividends of democracy will reach all corners of the country. As ambassador of the Renewed Hope Agenda, we pledge to practically mobilize support for Mr. President in all his policies and programs. We work tirelessly to ensure that the benefits of this initiative reach every corner of our great nation.
High Chief Agbala Izwebu commended President Tinubu for his unwavering commitment to transforming Nigeria, noting that the nation is currently witnessing groundbreaking investments in the landmark projects such as the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and the rehabilitation of major roads aimed at improving national connectivity. He also applauded the FCT Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, for his ongoing infrastructural transformation across the nation's capital. Also speaking, Director General of the group, Mr. Monday Abua, said President Tinubu deserves all the support of citizens to sustain his progressive governance in Nigeria.
Can see, as far as he can see, know that he's taking us to the promised land. Therefore, all I can say to Nigerians is let's key in, follow him, and he will take us to the promised land. Even Dubai was started by a visionary too. He is our great visionary. Therefore, let's key in and give him all the support that he needs. We can see that the structures he's putting in place, they are structures that our children of youth of the future would build on, and they are solid structure. Therefore, we stand with him, we're ready to work with him, and we'll go all the whole hog with him.
The New Nigerian Initiative for Better Leadership and Ambassador of the Renewed Hope Agenda, as an organization established exclusively to drive the realization of President Tinubu's Renewed Hope Agenda, is resolute in its mission to ensure the success of the vision across all sectors of Nigeria's national development. Elizabeth Kasham, Aso Television News.
Now, when Aso Briefing returns, we have more stories on business and more. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, look the lights are
Stay connected. Stay with us, starting from Yanga and Jolly.
You're watching Aso Briefing. Don't forget that you can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, and on Free TV. Look us up on channel 507. On the UHF band, you can find us on channel 38. Now let's move ahead with the rest of the bulletin. The Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, has reaffirmed its commitment to efficient and transparent service delivery through the full integration of Savicom principles across its operations. The Director General of BPE, Mr. Ayodeji Ariyo Beleyi, made this known during the Bureau's 2025 Savicom Day Symposium in Abuja with the theme, Reforming Responsibly through effective service delivery. He said the agency's progress reflects its alignment with the National Mission Possible agenda for public service excellence. According to him, through various reforms and professional practices, the Bureau has positioned itself as a trusted knowledge hub for investors seeking opportunities in Nigeria. Dr. Sam Ikoku, the guest speaker, praised the Bureau's dedication to service excellence and transparency while urging the agency to sustain its reform efforts to strengthen Nigeria's economic environment and accelerate national growth. Acting National Coordinator of Savicom, Anthony Oshin, who was represented by Mrs. Ngozi Akimbo-Dewa, the head of operations at Savicom, commended the Bureau for prioritizing transparency, teamwork, and citizen-centered service. And the federal government has appealed to all academic and non-academic staff unions in the nation's tertiary institutions to continue embracing dialogue and cooperation as ongoing negotiations for improved welfare and working conditions reach an advanced stage. Speaking in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, reaffirmed President Bola Tinubu's firm directive that Nigerian students must remain in school while the government intensifies efforts to permanently resolve the long-standing industrial issues affecting the tertiary education sector. Dr. Alausa emphasized that the administration is fully committed to maintaining industrial harmony, assuring that the government is working round the clock to deliver a fair, realistic, and lasting agreement that addresses the concerns of both academic and non-academic unions. According to him, the technical working group, comprising representatives from the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission, the Budget Office, the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, and the Solicitor General of the Federation, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Justice, have been meeting extensively to conclude government's position on the reviewed conditions of service.
Talk to our unions. Don't use strike as your first resort. We know you've been patient, but these are issues that happened decades ago, 2 decades ago. But this president, we have a president, the president of President Bola mentioned that he works fervently and benevolently in education. And he's giving us all the political will to resolve this problem once and for all. And as I've said repeatedly, we will resolve it in a holistic, comprehensive manner, in a manner that is mutually respectful to the unions, to the trade unions, both academic and non-academic.
The expanded negotiation committee chaired by Alhaji Ayale Ahmed is expected to conclude its harmonized report and forward it to the unions in the coming days, paving the way for the signing of new sustainable agreements that will usher in a new era of industrial harmony and uninterrupted academic calendars across Nigeria's tertiary institutions. Now, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, achieved another significant milestone with the formal signing of the Employee Performance Management System contract at the Commission's corporate headquarters in Abuja. The EPMS signing ceremony represents a key stride under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, reinforcing the government's commitment to enhancing accountability, transparency, and efficiency in public service delivery. The event was attended by the Director General, Chief Executive Officer, Engineer Abisoye Koka-Odushote, departmental and unit heads, as well as representatives from Triple Edge Consult, the implementing partner. The gathering underscored NIMSI's dedication to institutional excellence and performance-driven leadership. In her welcome address, the head of Human Capital Management, Mrs. Rhoda Jackeng, highlighted the importance of the EPMS in aligning organizational goals with individual performance expectations. She noted that the system would serve as a catalyst for improving productivity and strengthening internal accountability across all operational levels. Speaking on behalf of Triple Edge Consult, team lead Barrister Olusegun Adekunle emphasized the strategic value of the PMS framework, explaining that it provides measurable, transparent, and structured performance parameters for government agencies. According to him, the system will enable NIMSI to effectively monitor progress, achieve set targets, and deliver quality services to Nigerians. The EPMS, which is meticulously aligned with NIMSI's mandate, introduces a structured approach to performance measurement, monitoring, and evaluation. With clearly defined indicators and performance metrics, it is designed to foster accountability, productivity, and improved service delivery throughout the Commission. The DG of the Commission, Abisoye Koka-Odushote, in her remarks, commended the initiative and called for renewed dedication from all staff to ensure the system's successful implementation. She urged developmental partners and unit heads to partner, adopt, and apply the agreed performance indicators, noting that these will be instrumental in achieving the objectives of the Renewed Hope agenda. She further revealed that a departmental cascade has commenced to ensure that all units align their activities with the provisions of the EPMS contracts. Now, the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development has expressed strong commitments to creating a long-lasting impression on the global aviation business landscape through the successful launch of the Nigerian first ever International Air Show. According to a statement issued by the Ministry's Permanent Secretary, Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, the Air Show will provide a platform for the nation to showcase its local potentials, attract investors, and ultimately establish itself as a strategic hub for the aviation and aerospace activities in Africa. Kana said as part of efforts to reducing bottlenecks and enhancing transparency within the ministry's digitization drive for all its internal processes will reduce human errors, minimize paperwork, and establish a transparent audit trail. The statement further added that in line with global best practices, the ministry will continue its recently introduced performance management system, PMS, as the basis for promotion. It stated that the reform is a shift from the culture of entitlement to one of meritocracy. Dr. Kana emphasized that staff welfare and the task of preparing the workforce for the future in aviation is at the core of the ministry's ongoing reform processes. He explained his commitment to consolidate on the gains achieved through the reform processes by ensuring that the nation's aviation and aerospace sector continues to remain a key driver of the nation's economy and strategic developments. Now, the Association of Women Town Planners FCT chapter has called for collaborative efforts among stakeholders to ensure the proper resettlement and integration of internally displaced persons residing in Doromi IDP camp, Abuja. The call was made during a visit by members of the association to the camp, where they also assessed the living conditions of the displaced residents. Our correspondent now completes the story.
Speaking during the visit, representatives of the association emphasized the need for government to prioritize the resettlement of the IDPs back to their original communities, while also making the camp temporarily livable by providing basic social amenities such as water, healthcare, and access roads. They also stressed that where relocation proves difficult, proper integration into host communities should be considered as an alternative to enable the displaced persons rebuild their lives.
In the FCT, we do not have IDP camps, and unfortunately there are no regulations that will allow it. So all we can do is to accommodate it temporarily before government resettles these people.
In town planning, when we do designs, we put how the whole area is supposed to be governed. That is why we have the zoning system. But where they are now, it's not a residential area. It's an IDP camp. It's just a temporary structure.
The women town planners also urge IDP residents to cooperate with government agencies and development partners in efforts aimed at achieving sustainable solutions to their situation.
Because they are doing demolition, or they are pushing us from our markets that we are doing for the roads sometimes, so we are still like a wickedness. But as they come, they explain it to us, we understand that anything that if we are following the instruction, we cannot get any mistake with government. So we understand that everything that they are doing with the planner.
Yeah, we have heard a lot from them. They educated us, they sensitized us about the importance of town planning, how it increases safety, how it reduces the prevalence of floods, and so on and so forth.
The association used the opportunity to call on other stakeholders, including humanitarian organizations and private bodies, to support initiatives that will enhance the welfare of the internally displaced population.
The Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Shamaldeen Babatunde Ogunjimi, has called for professional collaboration and support from the United Kingdom District of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, towards the development of the National Treasury Academy, ROSO. The Accountant General of the Federation made the call in Abuja while receiving a delegation from the UK ICAN District led by its current chairman, Mr. Kintayo Ojo, on a courtesy visit to his office. According to a statement signed by the Director of Press, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Bawa Mokwa, the AGF emphasized the importance of aligning the Academy with global standards and expressed optimism that such collaboration will enhance the capacity of the institution to become a center of excellence in public financial management and accounting, while urging the delegation to bring their wealth of experience and expertise in accounting principles and international best practices to bear on the development of the academy. Dr. Ogunjimi affirmed commitment to transforming the academy into a first-class institution for training and capacity development in Nigeria's public finance sector. Earlier in his remarks, Chairman of the UK ICAN District, Mr. Kintayo Ojo, commended the AGF for his unwavering support and commitment, which he said had contributed immensely to the district's achievements while providing insight into the preparations for the district's 35th annual conference scheduled to hold in early March 2026. The Minister of the Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to strengthen bilateral relations with the Republic of Argentina, particularly in the areas of information exchange, cultural cooperation, and media collaboration. A statement is issued by the Special Assistant on Media to the Minister, Mr. Rabio Ibrahim, showed that the Minister made this known when he received the Ambassador of the Argentina Republic to Nigeria, His Excellency, Mr. Nicolas Perazo Nayo, who paid him a courtesy visit to his office in Abuja. The minister described the visit as one that would further deepen diplomatic ties between the two nations, noting that Nigeria and Argentina share a long history of friendly relations built on mutual respect and cooperation in global and regional fora. He congratulated Ambassador Perazo on his continued service in Nigeria, acknowledging his earlier role as deputy head of mission and his current tenure as ambassador, while expressing confidence that his leadership will help advance bilateral cooperation in media development, information exchange, and public enlightenment. In his remarks, Ambassador Perazo expressed appreciation for the warm reception and commended Nigeria for its leadership role on the African continent. He emphasized that the information remains a vital bridge connecting people and nations, noting that the exchange of accurate and positive narratives can further strengthen ties between Nigeria and Argentina. Ambassador Perazo also remarked on the day's symbolic significance coinciding with a friendly football match between the under-20 teams of Nigeria and Argentina, describing it as a reminder of the deep cultural and sporting ties between both countries share. Both parties expressed optimism about exploring new opportunities for collaboration between Nigeria and Argentina, media institutions, and for expanding cultural exchange initiatives that promote shared values and understanding. The meeting concluded with mutual assurances of partnership and a commitment to sustaining dialogue that advances the interests of the both nations. And that does it all on Aso Briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Richard Alechi Nwanyebe.